Planet Vero Studio is powered by the Nolan Group of eXp Realty.
Welcome to Treasure Coast Community Health. We have 8 locations to serve you better. Our staff is dedicated to help you and your family. Here's your host, Vicki Soule.
Good afternoon and welcome to Community Conversations. We're so glad that you've joined us today. As many of you know, Treasure Coast Community Health is a nonprofit organization that provides primary medical, dental, behavioral health, pharmaceutical, vision services, sort of a one-stop shopping event, but all under as close to one roof as we can. With our 8 locations, we always have medical and behavioral health, and then we supplement, depending on size and need, with things like x-rays and dental services and in-house pharmacies. So if you haven't learned about us, please do look us up. Google us under TCCH. If you have been with us before, feel free to join us on a Facebook conversation. We welcome your comments. The other thing I want to say is that because we are a federally qualified health center, many people don't recognize that we are also a nonprofit. They think that because we have federal in our name, all of our monies, like the health department gets their monies from the state, that our monies all come from the federal government. I wish that it were so. In actual fact, we are, as many nonprofits in the community, dependent on the goodwill of our community members. And so I thought it would be really interesting if we had a couple of other nonprofits come in. So we have a gal from Indian River Head Start, Taylor.
Yep.
And Marty Mercado, yeah. Oh, sorry. I got them backwards.
That's all right.
Marty is from the Hope for Families
Hope
Center.
for Families, right.
And so these 2 ladies have been very instrumental this year in working with AFP. And I'm going to let you, Taylor, explain what the AFP is.
Absolutely. So AFP, which stands for Associates of Fundraising Professionals, is a chapter that is all over the United States. We just happen to have one here in Indian River County. And basically what AFP's mission is to empower individuals and organizations to practice ethical fundraising through professional education, network, research, and advocacy. Our chapter was established in 2006, and we have 80 plus members as of today. So it is a great opportunity if someone is in the community, in a nonprofit, working in a fund development position, a CEO, board members, for them to get involved so that they can really see the full picture of what philanthropy looks like.
And we've been very, very fortunate in this community to have some superb philanthropists that have kept many of us afloat.
That's right.
Marty.
So I think the one thing I love about this organization is Taylor used the word ethical. When people gift us their money or an object, a car, whatever, it is coming from their heart, whether it be through a foundation or through a private donation. And so as fundraising professionals, it's extremely important for us to stay up on best practices and what's happening in the community. Trends, COVID brought a whole new crazy fundraising trend. Not even sure what we're going to call it, but yeah, it was survival. So the AFP provides tons of training all over not only do we have local training here, but we can also go to different parts of the country and meet with other fundraisers that are trying to do the same thing we're doing. I had the opportunity this year to go to the national fundraising in Vegas. It was this huge event, and we spent, I think it was 3 or 4 days out there. And you learn so much. You start at 8 a.m. and you're done at 7, and you tackle everything from corporate partnerships to one-on-one giving to reoccurring donations. And it's really nice to sit in the room with a bunch of other individuals that are doing exactly what you're doing. So it is truly a professional organization that when you leave, you're ready to come back and tackle fundraising in your community.
Yeah, because without fundraising, many nonprofits would not be in existence.
Absolutely. And it's hard to ask.
Yeah.
Really?
It is. You have to, so many people say to me all the time, I can't ask. And I'm like, it's not much easier for me either. But at least it gives you, as a professional, it gives you the tools that you need to move forward to make the ask.
Yeah, and it all comes down to that building of a relationship too. These individuals who are giving to different causes, they are champions for the mission of each gift that they give. So,
they want to know that they're making a difference.
Exactly.
Whether they're giving their time, their talent, or
That's right.
parts of their treasure.
That's right.
And so you're right, that relationship, that trust that says, you can count on me, the ethics part, to do what you want us to do with this.
Yeah, that's right.
I know in my organization, when I work with all of the staff, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is we owe it to our mission and we owe it to our donors to be doing the best quality care we can do. And I use a lot of the AFP training. You can actually go online. There's virtual training. There's great one-pagers you can print. And if I feel like somebody needs to hear something, I'll print it and lay it on their desk. Sometimes if it's not coming from me, it's taken a little bit better. So, we owe it to our community to be excellent in this.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, when you have your staff engaged in this, how do you think it makes a difference?
I think I had someone say to me the other day, she was a friend and she works for another nonprofit in another community. And she said to me, there was a lot of issues with the staff. And she says, but the mission's worth it. And I think when our staff understands the mission and why we're doing what we're doing and understand the donors that are donating, it gives them buy-in, if that's even the right word. I also like to use the word heart. And carrying into what they're doing. So where they might, react to a client a little bit differently in a more professional manner because they know that what we're doing is important and that it's the mission that's driving us.
Yeah. It's certainly not the dollars.
It's not. And every nonprofit professional within your organization, I was just having a conversation with the committee about this too. It's very easy sometimes for your programs and fund development to get separated when really they're so intertwined, because you as a development of director or director of external engagement are sitting with a donor, sharing with them all of the things that are participating and happening within your programs. You have to know as a development of director or director of development, what is happening, all of those different moving pieces, because they're going to essentially be giving their time to help with these programs or their financial gift to help make an impact in your community. So they want to know all those moving pieces, and it's essential for your team to know that so that you can continue to work together.
Absolutely. And, we emphasize working with volunteers, not because it's easy to recruit medical volunteers or dental volunteers, but as you say, that relationship has to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And so that, that's an easier way to do it than meeting them out, in a public event someplace.
Right.
So if someone were a new director of development, small and nonprofit, can they afford the dues for AFP?
Yeah. So that's a great question. With AFP, and we'll get into National Philanthropy Day and all of the things with that, but AFP provides scholarships for different individuals in the community to apply to be considered for a membership scholarship. And, let's say you become a member and you're like, I really want to go to that conference, that Marty attended. It seems like it was really impactful. She learned a lot and brought a lot back. But I don't know that my organization can fund $500 to go do that. There are scholarships for those opportunities too. And really, all of our funds for that come out of National Philanthropy Day, which, again, we'll talk about in a few minutes.
Sounds real good. So, Marty, having gone once, would you go again?
Absolutely. It was almost overwhelming at moments. I felt like I couldn't take notes fast enough. And it was, you had a plethora of of classes to attend. So I really focused on what I knew that Hope for Families needed. And I looked at capital campaigns. I looked at legacy gifts. I looked at reoccurring donations. There's also, I can't think of the name of it. What's the new currency? Bitcoin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they even talk about Bitcoin. I'm not quite there yet, but I did listen.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm there yet either.
and they also talked about, they had Indeed there, and they had LinkedIn there, and they talked about how to use those platforms for free marketing. So, a lot of what we do is making sure everybody's hearing what our mission is about. So it gave you a lot of cheaper, close to free platforms. It also had a full, huge room full of any kind of product that any nonprofit would ever need. In fact, I meandered through there for 2 days. Everything from databases to wealth screenings, to ideas for packages for galas. I left with a big old bag of freebies. So
you take it back to your board and say, hey, help me with this.
Yeah, it was good. And it kind of, I think, and Taylor can understand this, sometimes as fundraisers we get burnout because we're always asking, we're always looking, and you're like, I just don't know how to reinvent this event anymore. I can't, how do we figure this
in this
out?
community when we have so many nonprofits, it's really hard to come up with an original fun event that people want to attend so that you can raise the funds you need.
So going to this, you're like, oh, that's a great idea. You come back with so much.
Refreshed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Literature, tons of literature. I bought 4 or 5 books, and I'm still the good old fashioned, I want to hold the book. So it's worth every penny.
So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and we will talk about the day that you got planned.
All right, we're ready.
Okay. Treasure Coast Community Health in-house pharmacies have the lowest prices in Indian River County, even lower than big box pharmacies. Taking your medication as prescribed leads to better health. Affordable medicine makes it easier. Treasure Coast Community Health patients can pick up medicine as they leave the office or use free delivery and mail order services. Pharmacists are always available to answer questions. Switch to TCCH pharmacies. Save money, stay healthy. 772-257-8224 and ask about our price match.
Don't miss the Sebastian Clam Bake, November 4th, 5th, and 6th. The Sebastian Clam Bake, known for high-quality food like linguine with clam sauce, succulent shrimp, clam chowders, steamed clams, and traditional festival food. Plus, historical reenactments, a kid zone, and some of the area's best bands, demonstrations, and vendor booths. Take a stroll by the river, enjoy fresh seafood. Admission is free. The Sebastian Clam Bake, November 4th, 5th, and 6th, by the river, next to Riverview Park. Details at sebastianclambake.net. I love that I can sit in my car and wait for my appointment to renew my driver's license. No more lines, no hassle. Hey, I made my appointment online and it's going to alert me when it's my turn. Gotta go.
Hello, I'm Carol Jean Jordan, your tax collector here in Indian River County. To help you get in and out faster, we are introducing our new customer service system. Here, you can make appointments, check in remotely, or choose to wait in your car or in our lobbies. You can access this system through our website, irctax.com, and we look forward to seeing you.
Don Baker, a blind young man, moved into his own apartment against the wishes of his overprotective mother. Jill Tanner, the free-thinking woman next door, takes a liking to him and his spotless apartment. As they begin a closer relationship, Don's mother enters to help her son navigate his new life. Butterflies Are Free is a funny, touching, and emotional play about the risks that go with loving someone. Don't miss Butterflies Are Free, October 25th through November 13th at Riverside Theater. Get tickets at riversidetheater.com.
And welcome back to Community Conversations. If you're just joining us, my name is Vicki Soule. I'm the CEO of Treasure Coast Community Health, which provides lots of free services. And one of those is coming up soon, the open marketplace insurances. We do have health navigators that will help you figure out what's the best plan for you. The financial piece is one thing, but again, trying to pigeonhole what is the best plan for you or your family relative to prescriptions or use of specialty doctors or just family care. So by all means, come on in, make an appointment for that. We also help with Medicaid and Medicare enrollment. have a great liaison and supporter through the Indian River County Hospital Tax District. They support a lot of our initiatives, and we're very grateful. But again, our piece of it is to help you be able to utilize the services as well. So don't hesitate to call us for that free service. Everything we do is not free, but we do have a sliding fee scale for folks that are low income. And currently about 65% of our people report that they earn less than 100% of federal poverty level. So of our 26,000 unduplicated patients every year, we see the majority of them really as part of the ALICE population, a term coined by United Way, which stands for AL, asset limited, IN, income constrained, but E, employed. So again, as we talk about philanthropy today with both Marty and Taylor and the AFP group, I hope that helps you understand a little bit about how important it is for us to respond as a community to many of the nonprofits that are doing God's work. My words. So Taylor, I'm supposed to be federally neutral and not refer to things outside of my scope like politics or religion, but I just did.
That's all right.
Hey, we love it.
Okay. So Taylor, you've got something important coming up.
Yes. So every year, AFP, if you were here for the first part of this, Association of Fundraising Professionals puts on National Philanthropy Day every year to honor local philanthropic leaders in our community. So this year, we are going to be holding it at the Vero Beach Theater Guild on November 15th.
A new opportunity.
Yes,
We haven't been, and you guys have been doing this for years.
So it has looked different every year.
Indeed.
They've had it hosted as a night event at the Vero Beach Museum. They've had it at Riverside Theater. They've had it in the field of Riverside, or thought it was going to be, and then it got rained out by a hurricane. So it looked all different ways. So this year, when approaching Marty and asking her to be my co-chair, I didn't know Marty when I first met her, but we instantly connected, and I was super excited to just learn about her, that we kind of have very similar interests, one being theater, which is why and kind of drove us to do it at Vero Beach Theater Guild. So it will be November 15th from 11:30 to 1:15. So it is a lunch. There'll be a light lunch provided before.
Really?
And then the show will start at 12:15. The focus is really the show. And the theme this year is called The Show Must Go On.
Indeed.
So, yes.
So what day of the week is that?
That is a Tuesday.
Okay.
Yes.
So mark your calendars for November 15th at lunchtime. So is there a reservation platform?
Yeah. So anyone is welcome to come and get purchase a ticket. Tickets are limited. We have a capacity of about 200 people. So, and we have 13 honored leaders. So when you're doing the math of that, it adds up quickly.
Yeah.
So if you would like to attend, get your tickets now. You can Google, because I will let
It's a very long
URL. So if you Google AFP IRC, our website will come up. You can go there and purchase tickets right there. They're $75 each.
Okay. And that is a fundraiser because what does AFP do?
Yeah.
Educate.
AFP educates and empowers nonprofit professionals to get into trainings with PD, to learn more about their profession and just elevate them as they grow with their organization.
And of the 80 or so members that you currently have, how many do you see added every year?
It's different,
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, that's a great question because, I think with COVID, we saw a little bit of a decline because we were struggling with this. AFP really is a great opportunity to network. I was brand new to the community when I became involved with AFP, and that has really helped me know who people are in the community. So I came here in 2018, and then COVID hit in 2020. So I kind of missed those 2 years, but our membership did decline a little bit. But we have reignited some of those members as well as new people in the community as well. So I would say we look there's probably a range from 10 to 15 people
I love these pictures that they're displaying.
Yeah. They make me happy.
There's the happy group, and we started with Alma Lee Loy, certainly one of the greatest women in our county's history. And there's the 2022 champion idea. So tell us a little bit about that, since it flashed on the screen. Can you?
Well, I don't know too much about that, actually. I think that's an initiative from Global. But what I can tell you about is an awesome opportunity for nonprofits and board members to take advantage of if they're AFP members, if they're not AFP members. On October 25th from 8 to 12:30, we'll be doing a launch event that is all focused on endowment. So this is going to, really engage some of our board members, hopefully, to come in and really learn. It is a long training, but it is for CFRE credits if you are in that process.
In the credentialing process as experts in that field.
So we really encourage everyone to get out there and get involved with this training, because it really will be impactful. We have a great speaker coming in to help facilitate, and I think it will be very beneficial for every nonprofit if they choose to
Without a doubt, as Marty said, it's not easy to do one-on-one ask. And so many board members of these nonprofits want to help, but they're like, I can't get those words out.
Endowment's a little difficult. So
well, it's a difficult process. Yeah. But I think the ask is more neutral than give me bucks out of your pocket.
Right. And if your relationship is there, it shouldn't be as difficult too. Obviously there are steps and processes that you have to take to get there, which is why this training will be helpful.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Even down to simple things like words, just some playing with words and talking to each other and learning how to ask the right things is super important.
Yep. Absolutely. And, we all laugh about role playing,
It works, though.
It does, because it's practice. And, it is.
There's many mornings I've been getting dressed and talking to the Marty in the mirror, practicing. Yeah, many a times.
It is hard. It's very hard. And yet, like you say, the mission drives us to do those hard things.
Absolutely.
And so we give kudos to all of our board members, whether they're comfortable asking for others' support or not. And I have got to give a shout out to our own board chair. Judy Miller this year has won the prize for the most ducks sold.
Wow. Judy Miller will be honored at National Philanthropy Day.
Yeah.
So look at that.
How about that?
Yeah.
As the CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters, she thought she was retiring, but then she joined our board. And then this year, she is our board chair, and so we're very, very fortunate.
So funny connection with Judy. I actually worked for Big Brothers Big Sisters for 4 years. Judy retired the year I started.
Oh,
but yeah. So
but you followed her to Indian River County anyways.
I did. Yes, I followed her right back up to Indian River County,
doing the stuff that you love to do.
That's right.
So again, this is all open to the public, and we hope that if you've heard anything, maybe tweaked your interest, considering it for the future, know somebody that might benefit from the information, whether it's at the AFP luncheon itself, which is always a great time. Yeah. Lots of laughs and camaraderie there. Yeah. Or the endowment session. Yeah. Just Google AFP IRC.
There you go.
We've got it together. Well, ladies, I appreciate you coming in.
Oh, thank
it's not a subject I could tackle by myself.
We understand.
Yes, we understand.
There is that bit of we can do this together.
Together, absolutely.
It's always together.
And that's what our community is, too.
Yes.
It's always helping us do things together.
Absolutely.
So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here as well. Next week, I'd love to say we'll go back to our regular formatting, but this is our regular formatting. We just kind of see who wants to talk about interesting things week after week. If you have suggestions, again, reach out to us on our website or on our Facebook page. And otherwise, you'll hear from me next week. Take care now. Oh, and don't forget to come to the Duck Derby.
Oh, man.